Hello everyone. I've been trying to fix the TBS Tango-II MAVLink connection with the mission planner. If you are a user of Crossfire TBS or maybe Tango-II, the transmitter, which uses the Crossfire protocol, and if you're trying to connect the same with mission planner or maybe the queue round control, you must have faced the issues related to the data rate. Most of the time it happens that when you try to connect the Crossfire with the mission planner, it stuck at the getting param window, right? So how exactly we can fix that? Today we'll actually find out and try to resolve the issues. Okay. So why I'm making this video is because I also tried many methods to fix the issues when I was trying to connect the Tango-II with the mission planner. So let's start, and I'll be discussing what kind of problems I faced and then how exactly I resolved that. So maybe it will be helpful for you as well. Okay, so this is the Tango-II that you are seeing on the screen, which I purchased from Team Black Ship, and I use this for last 4 or 5 flights. Uh, Now I've been using it frequently for my new quad rotor, and recently also I faced some of the issues because I forgot the previous settings that I did on my old quad, and I started using after a long time. So obviously you forget the settings most of the time. So what exactly I did is I tried to connect this TBS with the this software that we call TBS Agent. So I downloaded the latest version, which is the 4.3.10, and then I connected with the TBS Tango-II. So you'll see all the parameters or the options that actually are available through the software. So first thing is Tango-II XF. This is the main software of the Tango-II, in which you can go and bind your RX. So I'm not including the binding process. It is a very common process. You can check the I think the manual that they provide. So right now I'm using the Nano Pro with my TBS Tango. So I'm just giving the info, so you will be actually if you're using the same, it will be helpful for you to just copy the settings. Okay, here are the radio settings that I'm using for my connection. I'm not using the multi-bind, it's disabled for me, and I'm using the 915 megahertz frequency at the max power 1 watt, sorry, and the dynamic power is on, power switch off, encryption off, and everything is normal. Freedom TX. Okay, now in MAVLink I've turned on the MAVLink. Video TX is on RX. uh, this team racing options, these are just on default. I'm not changing or playing with these parameters nowadays, so they are just default parameters. However, I have updated the firmware to the latest one, which is the 6.33. Okay, so if you are planning to use it currently, you should update the software to the recent version. Okay, now go to the second option, that is Tango-II, which is not showing any parameter. That is okay. Now Tango Wi-Fi is there, so in that you'll have to go. This is my Wi-Fi name. I have I had connected actually for the TCP protocol, but then I turned it off. I'm not using it anymore right now. I used it for the firmware update, and then I turned it off. Okay, now here the MAVLink settings are there, so I'm using the UDP protocol, the direct connection, and the port is default, which is 5760. Okay, other parameters are default parameters, you can see here on the screen. Okay, the Wi-Fi power I'm using as medium, TBS cloud allowed, and auto scan is enabled. Okay, So these are the three main sections in which you need to choose the right parameters. And then you can see the name of XF Nano RX Pro, which is the receiver I'm using. So if you'll go inside, you can see the settings here, the general settings. I'm using the add 8 channel mode, and I have turned on the telemetry. The telemetry power is on the medium setting, our profile is on 150 Hertz, and the RC by MAVLink is on. This is a very important parameter that you need to turn down. Okay, I'll tell you later why exactly this is very important. Okay, now the output mapping you can see here. For the first output channel, I have given MAVLink TX and the MAVLink RX for the second output channel. Others I'm not using right now. I'll be using it for the other purposes, but right now I have no setup. The channel mapping is the default. Okay. Now you can see the ardupilot parameter that I'm using here. This section is actually showing the parameters which is coming from the firmware that I'm using on my board actually. Okay, the flight control board. So right now I'll not discuss about that, but yeah, these four sections should be as it is, as I have shown you. Okay, now I'll just minimize it and go to the mission planner. Okay, here it is. So right now my board is not connected. I'll just remove the connection once again and connect on the normal setting, which is at COM port. Here it is. So it's connected. Okay, you can see the HUD motion is there. All right, now let me first give a basic info what exactly is this flight control board. So if you'll go on the ardupilot page, you'll see this Flywoo Goku. I'm using this board actually, Flywoo Goku 745, this board. So I have done the connection as it has been mentioned on this page, the ardupilot page. Okay, so for this for the connections I have used these annotations that have been mentioned here on the website. For the serial 3 port, if you'll see here, the RC input has been mentioned. Okay, and it has been mentioned that UART3 supports RX and TX DMA. UART 1, 2, 4 and 6 supports TX DMA, not the RX TX both. Okay, so this is also important. I'll tell you later on how I have set up and why it is important. Okay, RC input, it has been mentioned here, RC input is configured on RX3. Okay, it supports all RC protocol except PPM. And for the Crossfire, it has mentioned that it requires a TX3 connection in addition to RX3. Okay, and these settings have been provided here, but when actually I tried these settings, I was not able to connect it properly. Okay, so I will give you the the new settings that you can change. Maybe for your board these settings may work, or maybe if you'll tweak it based upon your requirements, it will definitely work. Some numbers need to be changed, otherwise parameters are same only. Okay, so this serial protocol is also set on 23. So I'll go on the mission planner and I'll show what these parameters means, and then how exactly they are affecting the entire connection. All right, so I have put my RxTX, the channel 1. I'll just open the TBS Nano manual, so we can see what kind of connection is there. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, this is the Nano. I'll just open the manual for that, but sorry, so Wi-Fi I'll have to change to the default one. I was earlier using the TBS Tango-II, so I'll just go back to the normal Wi-Fi connection. I'll load it. Okay, so the manual is loading right now. Yeah, we got the manual here. Now in this, if you'll see, in this section it is showing channel 1 and channel 2. All right, and if you'll go here, you'll see channel 1 is Crossfire TX and Crossfire RX is channel 2. All right, and these channels can also be used as MAVLink RX and MAVLink TX that you can see here. All right, right now I'm not focused on channel 3 and 4. They can also be used as MAVLink RX and TX, but since on this board that I'm using, the flyway board, it doesn't support the DMA on that. I was facing issues with the MAVLink connection, so I am not using that port number 3 and port number 4. All right, so if you are facing the similar kind of issue, you can always avoid that. Okay, so I'll just reconnect with the the mission planner. Here it is. So my Flywoo Goku board is connected right now. I'll go in the configuration section here, and the parameters that you need to tweak is, first you go for the serial 3 parameters. Okay, so on the serial 3 parameter, I am using directly MAVLink 2 because I'm using RC via MAVLink, that parameter that we had seen in this. Okay, I'll just show it again. If you'll go inside this, go in the RX Pro, yeah, RC by MAVLink, this parameter is on. Okay, so that's why I'm using directly MAVLink 2. Okay, here serial 3 option I have selected as 8. Why exactly I have selected? Because this gives me swap TX RX. So in your case, you can probably I soldered the wires wrong, so I just swapped it. If you have soldered your wires correctly, RX to TX and TX to RX, then you don't have to use this, you can use 0. All right, and I have selected the serial 3 baud as 115. Okay, so this is my serial 3 settings. Now I'll go for RSSI. So I have selected the RSSI type, sorry. In this I have selected 5, which is telemetry radio RSSI. Okay, because I am using RC by MAVLink, I have selected this telemetry radio RSSI. Initially I was using this S3. I'm in most of the forums for the Crossfire and ardupilot has mentioned that we should use 3 here if we are using the Crossfire, which is correct. When actually I tried the Crossfire protocol instead of MAVLink protocol, I selected 3 and it was working, but it was only giving me the RC channels, not the MAVLink connectivity properly. So I switched on the MAVLink connection, and here I selected the telemetry radio RSSI. Okay, this setting you have to select and just write the parameters. All right, now we have to go for RC parameters. So in this, if you'll see, I have selected RC protocols. In the RC protocol, here I have selected the Crossfire, which is okay, and the options, RC options, I have selected as 288, which is showing use pass through for Crossfire telemetry and arming check throttle for 0 input. All right, so these parameters I have selected, and now I can disconnect. I'll just write again just to be sure and refresh the parameters. All right, everything seems fine. Okay, I'll go back, and right now anyway I'm getting this. I'll just disconnect from the USB connection, and now I'll just switch the Wi-Fi to the TBS Tango. Here it is. I'll just connect with that. All right, let it connect. I'll switch to the UDP, and now I'll connect again at the 5760 port, which we had set here for the Wi-Fi MAVLink, here the the default port. Okay, I'll just minimize it. Okay, now you can see I'm getting the connections. It's right now just loading. Just wait for a few seconds. Sometimes you'll have to wait longer. Yeah, now you're getting all the parameters. So just wait for it, let the parameters load, and then we'll do the testing, whether all the parameters are there, whether you're able to control it, whether the RC is there or not. All right. Okay, so generally on different boards, settings might change based upon your board setting, but these settings that I'm showing without Crossfire, just using the MAVLink protocol, you can definitely connect and get all the parameters. Sometimes it shows some kind of issues in connection, so you can always cancel it, close the mission planner, restart it, and again try. So it will take, I mean, maybe a few minutes, but it will connect. See, right now it has just stuck here. Okay, so I'll just cancel it once again, disconnect, shut it down, and start the mission planner once again. All right, let me try it again. Connect. Okay, let's wait for the connection. Oops, seems like some other issue is there. Let me check if the Wi-Fi, oh, our Wi-Fi got disconnected. Sorry, my bad. Let me just disconnect, start again. Probably I'll have to restart the TBS Tango-II.
Receiver still connected.
I'm just restarting. Okay, now
Welcome to Tango-II.
okay, the Tango-II is on. Let me cancel it once again. Let's wait for the Wi-Fi. Let's wait for some more time. It should be showing the TBS Wi-Fi. Oh man, something went wrong. Ah, yeah, it has come. So TBS Tango-II, finally. Now I'll connect with the Wi-Fi, and let's just wait for the connection, let it connect properly. Okay, let's try the connection side by side. Yeah, so finally it's again getting connected, and the parameters are being loaded. Here you can see the link quality, which is sometimes high, sometimes low. We don't know, I mean, why exactly this is going, I mean, below 30% and all, but this is the problem with TBS. But anyway, if you're using the MAVLink protocol, it is giving quite fast speed. Okay, so I'll just check the parameters once again. Yeah, but let it load first. Let's give it some time. I hope the Wi-Fi is connected. Yeah, it is connected. Let's wait for other parameters. Okay, link quality seems good. It's reloading the parameters, I guess. So I mean, when you're connecting, obviously you'll have to wait for 1 or 2 minutes to get all the parameters, but finally it will work, because I have been using it and I have been testing it. So once all the parameters will be loaded, I mean, it will be easy to manipulate the parameters or whatever waypoints you want to send, you can easily send. There will be no problem with that. Okay, finally all the parameters are loaded. Okay, so let me just keep my flight control system here. Okay, now let's go to the setup, just check if we are receiving the RC or not. Yeah, let me just test it. Yeah, so finally we have RC. Okay, and the connection is on UDP. Everything is working fine. All the parameters have already been loaded. That's how I actually connected through MAVLink. So let me just go through the settings which has been mentioned here. It has been mentioned that we can use the Crossfire on serial 3 option to set 0, but I've changed that. I've shown in the video. You can go through it and you can see if these settings work for you. Okay, thank you, bye bye.